What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. Beer in the Morning is her middle name. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Why do you look confused by that intro?
Because I feel like you sound different.
I know. Well,
Why do you sound different?
full disclosure.
Do I sound different?
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, why do I sound different?
Why do you sound different?
Well, we are coming to you live from Connecticut. We
are not in our typical location.
No, we're in the basement. We're in the basement of my parents' house.
Classic.
And I think maybe that's how sensitive these mics are, is that it sounds different because we're in a different environment.
Well, we are in the music studio of your dad, so...
Yeah, well, it's a soundproof room.
Yeah.
But it's wider. It's bigger than where we normally record.
Yeah, but it has more stuff on the walls.
You sound normal to me.
Talk?
Hello, Teresa. I sound different to myself.
You do sound different.
A little bit. I don't know what's going on here.
But you don't sound bad.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like, oh, John,
Don't
you
say I sound
weird.
Don't say I sound better, though, because then I'll have a whole complex. I'm going to be able to podcast anywhere else.
No, you sound the same, but you yourself, oh boy, you yourself
I know what you're
sound
saying.
Good, but
there sounds like a different effect on my voice or something a little bit.
Did you put
Interesting.
a filter in your voice to sound sexier?
No, there you go. No, I think it's all the same. So hopefully it sounds.
I think it's fine.
I think it's fine. Guys, as we said, we're in Connecticut celebrating Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I took like 2 days off of social media.
Ooh.
I needed a little cleanse of everything. So if I didn't get back to you guys until Sunday, my apologies.
Yeah.
I tried to put my phone away and enjoy the family time because we don't get to see them often.
We sure enjoyed it. It was
Yes.
relaxing. We broke our rule. We drank quite a bit during the week.
We did, but we tried to unplug as much as we could.
A social media pause, a technology pause.
Yeah, we only used our phones for photos.
Yeah.
To keep the memories going.
To keep the memories, yeah.
But yeah, it was a nice break for us. We hope it was a nice break for you guys.
But speaking of the drinking, that was my intro. The beer in the morning is her middle name because, well, when Jovi and Yara were drinking at breakfast, you lit up like a Christmas tree. And you
It's
said...
very European.
It's very European. And the first time I visited you in Europe, I think the very first morning we came down and your parents put coffee.
Yeah.
They put a beer and they put a shot of Slivovica next to me and they said, Dobre rano.
Yeah, they didn't know what
Jonathan.
you like.
So they gave me a little bit of everything.
Yeah, they didn't know your customs, so they were like, well, maybe this guy likes to have a little beer in the morning. It was also Christmas time.
That's true.
So you just celebrate, you enjoy yourself, you take break.
I sent a photo to my parents of that and they said, well, it's good to see they're taking care of you.
They sure are, every single time.
But that's not the only time you guys drink in the morning. You tell me all the time your mom does a shot of Slivovica before work. Teresa's mom is a principal at a school.
Oh, boy.
And good thing they don't listen to this in the Czech Republic too much.
Some people do,
Some
apparently.
people do. But she's getting drunk before work and she works as a principal.
She's not getting drunk. Let's not make my mom sound bad.
A shot a day keeps
the germs away.
Keeps the germs away.
Literally.
As they say.
Yes. But no, what's what we do? It's you and I during the flu season in New York City, every single morning we had a shot of Slivovica.
That was less to keep the germs away and more to keep our sanity on the packed subway.
Yes. Also to keep the germs away.
A little bit keeps the germs away. Anyways, we're not here to talk about our drinking habits. Although maybe we will a little bit later when we talk about Jovi and Yara. We're here to talk about all things 90 Day. Before we do, a little housekeeping. All right. Teresa is back on the social media and ready to respond at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram.
Yes. And I hope I caught up with everything on Sunday. Again, I'm sorry, guys, but needed to unplug. I hope you all understand.
It's okay. I think you earned it.
Yeah,
I think
you did too. We literally both of us unplugged.
Thank you. So at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram, we threw out a Thanksgiving meme. There was memes before that. I mean, we're back in the meme game. Also, we post news to keep you guys updated on the pod. And of course, we get the message with you. So all good things on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod.
Yeah, message us again. I'm back on.
Back
online.
Also, the Patreon. The Patreon doesn't stop. We just posted a Thanksgiving special.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, patreon.com/married to reality. All levels of Patreon got access to that special. There was a video component. There's an audio component. It was a good time. We told some Thanksgiving stories. Some of our friends shared some Thanksgiving stories, and we read those. So we had a blast on Patreon. Aside from the holiday bonuses, we're doing the single life.
Yes.
We're covering that, which is a wild time. And then our family affair level, the highest tier, they get an extra monthly bonus. That's a video and audio bonus every month. And this past month was Love is Blind.
Yes.
Season 3 just covered the whole thing.
Loved it. I enjoyed it a lot.
It was really good. So patreon.com/married to reality. Never a bad time to join. Also, just follow the podcast right here where you're listening right now. It's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's hot. Yes, they're harbor seals.
Woo! Finally, we got some seals. Shout out to the San Diego seals.
The harbor seals.
The harbor seals are maybe our favorite seals.
I think they're our favorite kind of a seal.
It's the seal we adopted.
Yes.
We adopted a harbor seal.
We love the harbor seals. We love other seals too, but
yes,
the harbors.
Well, they have a special place.
Closest to our heart.
They have a special place in our heart. Yes, so smash it like it's hot. And last but not least, thank you for the reviews. You guys are leaving them. We're loving it. It's the holiday season. There's nothing more we would love from you guys than a review. And if you leave a 5-star review, we read it on this podcast right here.
Do you have any?
Teresa, you know me too well.
All right, let's hear it.
You know I got a review.
Let's hear it.
Last week was great. Okay, last week sent us into Thanksgiving, and it gave us something to be thankful for. Reviews like that. This one, just as good. Okay?
All right, let's
Sending us
hear it.
into the holiday season right here. This one comes to us from our friend Kitty K524.
Hello, Kitty K.
Kitty
K524.
Okay. 5 stars.
Love it.
Titled in all caps and 3 exclamation marks, obsessed.
Ooh.
Okay, strong start. I love everything 90 Day and started listening to this podcast a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months. I can't be sure what even is time. I hear you, Kitty K. You listen to it. You find a
that's
podcast.
part of the review. I love that.
Up until the part where I said, I hear you, Kitty K.
Okay.
But yeah, you get lost in podcasts sometime and you don't know
That's
what's up,
true.
what's down. When did I start listening to these people? How do they become my best friends? There are so many questions when you find a podcast, and Kitty K has them all. But they go on to say, I just caught up on all the available episodes and found myself refreshing the feed on Monday like a crazy person to listen to the new episode as soon as it dropped.
What?
And that's why you got to follow the podcast, guys. 'Cause
Yes.
As soon as it drops, it comes right to your device. I love Teresa's accent, especially.
Who doesn't? I'm kidding.
Especially, well, all right, don't open that can of worms. Especially her Southern accent.
Oh!
It was a little
Finally,
someone like Terry. That is Teresa's alter ego, Southern Terry.
Oh, let's not bring Terry out because
It'll never be the same.
she's
if she comes.
resting.
Yeah, and the different perspectives you each bring to the table. I also love John's By the Way segment.
Ooh.
It's great to be able to catch up with what's going on with older couples. If I could give this podcast 1 million stars, I would. Well, you can only give 5, but
Beautiful.
if 200,000 people gave us 5 stars, that'd be 1 million stars, I think.
Wow.
That's pretty good math.
That's a very quick math.
I almost
on your
went
end.
250,000, but 200,000 each, that'd be 1 million. But you do what you can, Kitty K. Smash that follow button. You definitely won't regret it. And then, Teresa, okay, speaking of harbor seals.
All right.
This review is finished, punctuated with a box and a little seal.
What?
Because we used to say all the time, we should bring it back. Just send us an emoji of an animal you'd like to receive in a box. and,
I love this so much.
and Kitty K would want a seal in a box, as with
What
Teresa.
an amazing review.
That's one of the best
and a seal in the box.
One of the best reviews we've ever received.
What?
Thank you, Kitty K. You said it all.
Thank you for the passion for my Southern accent.
That's Terry.
John does not like it, but I'm glad
It's
there's
okay.
someone out there who appreciates it and loves seals.
It has,
Get out of here.
Your accent has a time and a place.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Kitty K. That was amazing. We are thankful for reviews like that. So thank you. Be like Kitty K. You don't have to say as much. I mean, that was unbelievable, but 5 stars goes a long way. So thank you in advance if you haven't left a review, and thank you if you have.
Thank you. Okay, fun fact.
Oh,
I
boy.
think I'm drinking a tea from our mug that we left behind in New York and your mom picked up.
Oh, that's very likely.
I think this is our mug.
That looks like something we would buy.
Yeah.
Very basic, very simple design.
Yeah.
Compared to the one I'm drinking,
I'm
which
like,
is
well-
clearly from my mom's collection.
Yes, I think this is our mug. I remember we didn't pack everything in New York. There were a few things we left behind and your mom grabbed it, which is great. This is a nice mug.
Makes you feel like you're at home.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, this feels very familiar. Oh, wait. It's our mug.
All right. How about a little 90 day by the way? You ready for a little 90 day by the way?
Sure. Did I help you at all this week?
Sure did. And we know Kitty K is waiting with bated breath for this, by the way. So here we go. 90 day by the way, number 1.
All right.
I hope she told Libby before she posted it all over social media. Thank you, Teresa, for this hot
You're
tip.
welcome.
Becky is pregnant.
Becky from the Loudmouths.
Becky Pothast, a.k.a. Becky from Libby and the Loudmouths, is pregnant. Baby number 2, I believe?
Yeah.
They keep popping employees for the family business. And now Becky is helping them staff up for the next go around here.
I don't think her last name is Pothouse.
No,
I think she changed it, but we don't need to.
Something
Yeah, we don't need-
Swedish but here's the
Yeah.
thing. Her handle, I think, is Becky whatever, Lickstrom
Yeah.
or something European.
Yeah.
Her profile still says Becky Pothast. Because let's be honest, that's where she
That's
gets
how
her
we know
fame.
her, yeah.
Her fame comes from her name, and she doesn't want to distance herself from that.
But that's right. She's married to a foreigner. I mean, I'm not sure
I don't know
how foreign is he.
How foreign is he? That's a new game we're going to start playing on the podcast called How Foreign Is He?
Well, he could be foreign, aka baby brought into the country.
Yeah.
He could be foreign, aka his family came and popped him.
I don't think he has an accent. He doesn't talk very
He doesn't
much,
talk.
but-
I don't think he wants to be associated with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, good for them.
Anyways.
They did this cowboy boots photo shoot.
They did a Thanksgiving Day post to announce that they're expecting this son. And yeah, there's no Grand Canyon, no protest signs, just a good old fashioned professional photo shoot,
Nice.
as you should have to announce your pregnancy.
Congrats, Libby.
Becky.
Becky.
Congrats.
Becky.
Congrats, Becky. Yes. Okay. That's by the way number 1, and thank you to Teresa for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
By the way, number 2, Avery of Avery and Omar. Okay, we remember them.
Yeah.
Avery and Omar. Avery's getting into the scent game, into the perfume game. Not something you'd expect
okay.
necessarily from Avery. You'd expect from Yara, maybe Tiffany. Avery's getting involved. Mm-hmm. The other day, she posted a YouTube video announcing that she had built a custom perfume with Scentcraft. Have you heard of Scentcraft?
No.
Okay. I guess it's a website you can go on and create your own perfume.
I would not do that.
No?
No. It's
Oh,
like
I'd
it's
be
like
interested.
it's the same shit as make your own salad. It's usually a disaster when they allow me to put whatever I want in the salad
It's
and
true.
pick my own dressing. I end up eating it thinking, what?
Well, I went too
what,
hard.
What am I eating?
I went too hard at the salad.
Like,
bar.
I'm not the do make your own anything. I mean,
No.
I like making things, but things that are made already and
You
they're
always
probably
go too
better.
Yeah, you always try to add too much. You try to get fancy.
Yes.
Well, she created a perfume. She's calling it Evora. Evora? Yeah, Evora.
Like a fancy way of saying Avery.
I guess it smells like a berry cobbler being enjoyed in a beautiful garden. That's how she describes it. It will remind you of juicy berries and sweet praline with a hint of florals.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds too sweet for my taste.
Yeah,
I think.
no, I love my Marc Jacobs perfumes. He somehow gets me.
He gets you.
He gets me.
You got to find the person that gets you. She's selling it for $39 for 3 5-milliliter bottles, all the way up to $145 for a 100-milliliter bottle.
That's a little too expensive.
Here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. I don't know that she's actually selling a perfume. I mean, she is. You can go buy it. To me, this smells more like a collaboration between her and Scentcraft to advertise Scentcraft.
Oh.
Because now I'm talking about Scentcraft, and I'm like, oh, maybe I want to go make my own perfume.
Well, please don't.
Well, I won't, Teresa. But I'm just saying I'm more inclined to go make my own on Scentcraft than buy hers.
Oh.
So I think it's kind of working that way. It's got to be a partnership. There's got to be some thing in the contract that's like, nope, keep pushing Scentcraft. Don't just push your own. That's what I think.
That could be it.
Could that be it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's 90 Day, by the way, Teresa.
You know what's the only thing I like do your own, but you don't actually do it?
Sundays.
What?
Make your own sundae. Ice cream sundae.
Never done that.
You've never done that?
I've never had a sundae.
Have you ever been to a bar mitzvah in the 90s, Teresa?
No.
Oh, okay.
But when you go to some of these fancy cocktail bars with no menus, and the bartenders are looking all cool and fancy,
That's
and
the
they're
opposite
just
of make your own. I know what you're about to say.
But
I
that's
know what you're
I
about
love.
to say.
Yeah, and they ask you, what do you like?
That's dealer's choice. That's
Yes.
Name a liquor, and I'll build a cocktail around it.
No, they say name a liquor. So I would be like, oh, I like tequila and bourbon. And I would be like, well, I'm more of a sour girl, like lemon. Those I don't like sweet. However, like a little bit of honey, but not sweet. All kinds of things you tell them and you hope for the best. And usually they get it.
They usually get it.
Yeah. So that's the only make
okay.
your own in a way that I'm down for.
There's professional supervision.
Yes.
There's someone going, all right, well, I'm not going to make any mistakes here. I'll take what they gave me, but I'm not just going to go crazy here. So it ends up working out. But I agree with you.
Like build your own salad.
That's always been please.
Build your own salad. It's like build your own perfume. I'm telling you. No.
All right. Enough with 90 Day, by the way. Let's
Great
get
by the way.
Thank you. And thank you for your help. And guys, feel free to send in by the ways, because it's getting hard out there for an investigator. It's hard to find these stories. So
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the help. Let's get into it. The reason we're here, Sunday night, 90 Day Fiancé, Season 7, Episode 14, Happily Ever After.
Question mark.
Whew. So many questions.
So many.
Who are we starting with? That's the 1st
Let's
question.
start with our good old Jenny and Summit.
Okay, Summit is really trying to kill Jenny. That's the subhead of the subtitle of this season. Happily Ever After question mark. Summit tries to kill Jenny because ziplining and now high intensity dance. They're doing a Bollywood dance class.
I'll tell you this. I think if you are healthy enough, you push your body. You can be 65, you can be 75, you can do it.
You can be, but you can't just wake up one day and you're 65 and go, I should start breakdancing. No, you're going to break something. Right? She can't even sweep the floor. And now Summit's like, we should zip line. We should Bollywood dance. He's trying to give her a heart attack.
Well, she doesn't sweep the floor because she just doesn't want to. That's a whole different story.
Okay, but I'm with you. You can be fit all your life and continue to be fit into your 80s or 90s. Shout out to Jack LaLanne and his juicer.
Shout out to one of the lady who goes to my gym. She's definitely in her early 60s.
Yeah.
She just won. She lost the most fat during our 12-week challenge.
My dad is 73 or 74. He's upstairs right now
Putting us to shame.
Working out. Yes. We were sleeping and I'm like, we get woken up by the noise of him re-racking his weights.
I'm like, No, he got the cool, like a ski machine.
Oh, that's Nordic track. I mean,
yeah.
From 1989.
That's why he does this.
Yeah. I'm glad that's what we're hearing from that bedroom and not something else. But he's been working out for decades. So, of course, he can work out into his 70s and hopefully later. Jenny is sedentary. She doesn't do anything. She sits around all day. And now Submit's like, this season, bungee jumping.
He tries. I mean, she tries. So they're taking this Bollywood dance class lessons with Jen and Christina.
Right. The daughter and wife are there.
And Jen is like, well, I used to be a great dancer. I mean, I can follow the beat. And if you see her like trying real hard, like her hip is hanging in there, and I'm like, oh boy.
You're talking about Christina's wife.
No, I'm talking about
Jenny. Okay, got it.
Jen and Jenny.
Because I was going to say Jen, she couldn't dance at all, but she looked the part. Jen looked like Justin Bieber's backup dancer.
Yes.
She had a vibe, and I was like, all right, the floor is yours. And then I thought, no, you don't know what's going on.
And then we learned that Samit, apparently, he loves Bollywood dancing. They used to try to follow the steps in the movies and hit the clubs.
Yes.
But he also needs to take a class because it's been a while and he can't follow. It's not that easy.
They all need to take a class. I thought Christina was the best.
Was
if I had to judge, so you think you can dance style, I'm saying I think Christina can dance.
Well, I think Jenny was dressed for that style of dancing.
True.
Right?
True. Submit, I thought, for someone who's grown up dancing, I don't see it.
Apparently.
I don't see it. But I thought, hey, that's a fun activity at least.
Yeah,
I thought that was a good
sure.
idea. The family is all here. Let's go do some traditional dancing.
When I was growing up, there were all kinds of activities available, and I did most of them thanks to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Not Bollywood dancing, but there was a Bollywood dancing class.
In the Czech Republic?
Yeah, and the girls, they perform once in a while, and you always had like your belly is naked, so you could do.
Ooh, that's
the
belly.
shakes.
That's belly dancing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it different
Yes.
than Bollywood?
Yes.
I thought it was the same thing.
No,
All right.
it's a different style.
Don't
dance.
give me shit, guys. I didn't know.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
word-
that was available. Some of my friends did. I never got into that. I never even took the class.
Yeah.
But I saw some of my friends perform here and there.
Okay. All right. So they finish up the dance class. They go home. Everyone's on a high. Everyone's feeling good. They got the endorphins going. Mm-hmm. Until Sumit tells them, well, I'm not going to be around tomorrow because I have to go try to meet up with my family.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they stood me up last time, I'm going to give it the old college try and go again, and hopefully they'll talk to me.
Well, and Jen stirs the pot. She's like, maybe we'll all go.
Oh, we should all go. We could do the routine that we just learned for them and put on a show.
And Christina also wants to go. She's like, yeah, I would love to meet your family. And oh, Sumit.
Well, I thought this was a good idea. I was like, I like this idea. This seems the meeting of the families. Family always, I feel like, helps people connect. But then we flash back to the tell-all.
Yes.
And you remember,
so they actually met,
this
is
a shit show, yeah.
But it's still good because they need to meet them, and Jenny needs to have someone in her corner because it's not Sumit.
Except they don't really speak English, right?
Well, Amit. Amit is the brother.
The brother.
And the
Anil
father, too.
Anil, a little bit, right?
A little bit.
So I don't know. So I was just going to say, like, I don't think it could get that contentious. It can only get contentious when things escalate and I'm yelling and you're yelling. If you don't speak the language, it probably would be somewhat civil.
Have you met Adna?
Sadna?
Sadna. Damn, I'm so bad with the names.
Yeah. I have not personally, but I've seen her on TV. And you're right. She can escalate things, but it's never her versus Jenny. It's her yelling at the room
About Jenny. Yeah, she was going to kill herself.
Oh, boy. That's true.
That's literally said it. You don't remember?
Oh, I remember. That's
that
escalation.
was bad.
That's bad.
But Sumit, I love how when Sumit is caught into something uncomfortable, he tries to get out of it, and he's so bad at it because he's like, it's probably it's not the best idea. I mean, I don't want any conflicts. And Christina is like super chill. She's like, well, I don't want any conflicts either. I just want to meet your family and be there for my mom. And Samit's like, oh, I have to think about it. And we were like, oh, Samit, come on. Come on.
I don't get it. Why not? Why not allow the meeting to take place?
Because he's worried that this will make a permanent damage to the relationship.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They disowned you already. What else can be done to make it worse? There is nothing else. They know you married Jenny. They said they don't want to ever see you again, right? You keep trying. Cool. What else? What worse can happen?
I wonder, and this is me speaking completely out of turn, so I don't know. But I wonder how gay and lesbians are looked at in India. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if it's as accepted as here in the States. And so I wonder if that would be like, what? You're part of a family who accepts that? I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
Summit never said
no,
or acted on anything.
Come on, Summit's out there. He's a young guy. He's got the Western values. He's married to a Western woman. So I don't think, of course, would have any issues. But I wonder if the parents would be like, what?
Interesting.
Just a thought.
Yeah, I don't think they care. All they care about is that Samit is married to a lady who's 30 years older and cannot give him kids.
Yeah.
Period.
So, new day. Okay. Summit's off to meet his family. Jenny is going behind his back.
I'm I'm about to say something I'll probably regret, but I did like Jenny's jean shirt. I think she like grabbed it from Christina or Jen because it was this cool jean overshirt, and I'm like, I hate that I like it, but I feel like it wasn't hers.
I missed it.
It was a very like hip jean shirt, like jean overshirt.
She wore this on the call?
Yes.
I missed it. But yeah, she's FaceTiming an immigration lawyer.
Behind Summit's book.
Yeah, and she's like, how do we get Sumit to America? What can we do?
Without him knowing.
Without him knowing. And that's the thing is Jenny even tells the camera, oh, Sumit doesn't want to consider moving to America. All right, Jenny, well, then maybe you shouldn't go behind his back and try to plot this. That's not the way to a happy marriage.
No, but she wants, I guess I understand that she wants to know the options, right? Before actually start telling him for real that she wants to do it, she wants to know if it's even possible.
Well, then whose money are you spending on this hypothetical conversation? Because lawyers don't talk to you for free. Lawyers lawyers don't help you for free.
Some might do free consultations.
Maybe.
It depends how good of a lawyer are you.
Maybe. But I'm like, really? You're going behind his back. You're talking to this lawyer. How do we get him to the States? The lawyer was my favorite when he was like,
oh my gosh.
Let me ask. Are you a spinster in the U.S.? Or are you married and divorced?
Okay, did you know the term spinster?
Yes.
I did too. You know how I know it?
No.
From the Bridget Jones Diaries.
Oh.
Because she said, I don't want to be a spinster forever.
And so what is your understanding of spinster?
A single woman, like single older woman who never got married.
Older.
Yeah.
I felt like older was always the key word.
Yeah.
Because Jenny's like, wait, what's a spinster? I don't know how Jenny's never heard of that term.
But older meaning in like you're in your 30s and you're still single, you never got married, you're going to be a spinster forever. Meaning like that's how I understood this from the Bridget Jones Diaries. Shout out to that great movie and books.
Got it. Because when Jenny asked, the lawyer was like, well, a spinster, it's a woman who's never been married. And I was like, sort of. You left out the old part.
Yeah, it's older.
Because you would never call an 18-year-old girl a spinster.
No.
You got to be older, right? So speaking of age, Jenny explains the age difference. And the lawyer is like, okay, well, that's going to be a major question for immigration is about this age and this age difference. And then he wants to know about the relationship with the parents and how often they visit Sumit's parents.
Here's the thing. If, let's say they do it, right? They file the paperwork. If they show them that they've been in a relationship for 10 plus years, if they have a proof, they have emails, messages, photos, right?
Yeah.
They will get accepted because that they will look at it and be like, it is a little weird, but they've been doing this for 10 years.
I agree. It definitely helps build a case. But the lawyer is questioning if the parents ever like filed a complaint, right?
Well, you remember, I feel like they talked about it. It's a thing. They could oppose the marriage in India.
Right.
But they said they would, but they then didn't know they got married. So apparently you can oppose.
Right. And so that's what the lawyer is wondering.
Yes. But no one opposed to anything
that we
because
know of.
The parents didn't know they got married. I don't think you can do it after they're married.
They know now, though.
Yes, but I'm saying I don't think you can complain after it's done. Like, what do you complain about?
That they got married without our blessing.
Well, I think that's too much.
It could be. But that's the concern. And so now that's what Jenny needs to find out from Sumit. Like, hey, did your parents try to sabotage us?
Yeah. Well, which means if she's going to find out, it means she has to tell him why she's trying to find out. And let's not forget about Sumit's master plan to win his parents back by maybe adopting a kid.
Oh, yeah. I could adopt someone.
Well, let's see, because someone else is going to trying to adopt. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not just someone.
We'll see if Amit has any children that he can give to Sumit for adoption. Yeah, I mean, that's the segment. I think next week we see Jenny do like a fire walk or some tightrope walking or something. The stakes are being raised with each week.
I mean, he's trying to keep her young, and she's trying to keep herself young.
I know. He realizes, okay, if this is how boring our life is now, in 10 years, it's going to be even more sedentary.
Well, he said it. He said, wait a minute. Well, now we're married. Jenny is living the retiree lifestyle. I don't want that. That's why he went back to work.
I know.
That's why he's trying to adopt anyone.
Think about this entire season. It's literally been week after week of Submit throwing things at Jenny to try to spice up their life. Let's do Kama Sutra. Let's do dance class. Let's do zip lining. It's week after week of, oh boy, how do we spice things up?
But it's week after week of her doing it.
Trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that counts.
A for effort.
That counts.
All right. Let's move on to our next couple.
Let's move on to Andrei and Libby.
So they're in the car after the family meeting where they tried to smoothie things over. Shout out to that smoothie shop.
Was it a smoothie shop? I thought it was a coffee shop.
It was a smoothie coffee.
I love smoothies.
I'm trying to smoothie things over. And now Libby's like, well, maybe I should have told my sister.
And then she's like, well, Andrei, you're always so harsh. And Andrei, I get it. I mean, I don't get it. He needs to learn how to talk without cursing because I can understand the beeps. When he talks, this whole segment is just beep, 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 Becky, beep, beep. I'm like, oh my God, like stop cursing. Who talks like that? How do you talk at work?
Well, I agree with you on like just a normal conversational level. Let's not swear so much. But the fact that Libby is now pissed because Andrei got so pissed. It's like, did you just meet Andrei? We've been watching him lose his cool for 9 seasons.
He's
and now
always losing his cool.
Right. And now you're surprised. Like Libby's like, well, I can't believe you got so upset. I'm like, that's what Andrei does.
Well, and then she said it. She said, baby, I'm so used to you losing your cool. But they're not.
Yes, they are.
Exactly.
They went on an RV trip with you.
Like, he really needs to learn how to talk without cursing and raising his voice. I can't take it watching him on TV. Imagine having a drink with this guy.
I find it entertaining. I think I would love to have.
I mean, I would have a drink with Andrei, but
I said I wanted it neat. And there's ice in it. It's like, whoa, bro, just.
yeah, he's like the person that you always expect him to explode and you just don't know when.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I would be so on an edge around here because he just seems so out of control.
So forget family therapy. Maybe he needs some one-on-one.
He just needs like to calm down, like chill, dude. You live in Florida, the chill state.
This is the chill state.
Everyone's chilling in Florida. What are you talking about?
Depends what parts you go to.
Well, all right, but Andrei needs to chill. It's the retiree state. Try to retire a little.
He does need to chill. He thinks therapy is going to be a circus, though, and it's not going to solve anything. So now he's starting to sort of change his tune about therapy. He was all in, which I was surprised about. But now as it gets closer, he's like, this isn't going to solve anything.
Well, Libby needs some relaxing time. So let's go to a store that they cannot buy anything in because it's so fucking expensive, yet they allow them to film.
Some retail therapy. Here's what got me. So she goes, it's been a few days since the blowout with my family. I just need something super positive right now. So we're going shopping, right? I know we haven't gotten to the Jovi and Yara segment yet, but this scene where they're shopping came right after the scene of Yara meeting Karina and Karina being like, my building was bombed 2 days after I left.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to be safe now in Germany. And like, that's real shit. Then you cut to Libby going, it's been a few days since our family fought and I just need something super positive right now. It's like, I know like the old saying goes, the worst thing to happen to you is the worst thing to happen to you. And so like everyone's rock bottom is different. But just the juxtaposition between like, here's some real shit going on. And then Libby being like, I just need to shop right now.
Yeah, but you can't compare the two. Like, Libby she will never, hopefully, I'm going to knock it right here. I will hopefully never know what that feels like, right? But right now, she doesn't know, but Karina knows.
And that's what I'm saying.
Doesn't know what it feels like. You hear it from your friends.
And that's what I'm saying.
Karina lived through it.
The worst thing to happen to you is the worst thing to happen to you. And this is the worst things to happen to Libby right now. But just when you put them back to back in a segment, you go, oh, Libby, get over it. What's going on with you is not that bad. Now, I get it. In her life, it's the worst thing, so it's bad. I just think the editing made it be like, it's not that bad compared to what Karina went through.
Well, nothing's that bad, but then her family is nuts. They just argue. They have a baby on the way. So maybe blowing out and not seeing each other's eye to eye is bad.
Yeah. No, I get it. So they're looking at strollers and they're about to make a third baby right there. I mean, Libby's like, you look so good pushing that stroller, babe. Oh, yeah, push that stroller into me right now. Let's make another baby.
And it's like she's trying to like bring back the memories of when Allie was a baby and how cute it was. And Andrei is just like, yes, no sleep, up all night, my back will hurt again. I'm like, dude, you're super excited about a new baby.
I have a hard time believing any of this storyline. I believe the family doesn't get along that well, but when they start spiraling into like, we haven't heard anything about the green card, maybe I have to go to Moldova now and you're going to have the baby alone.
I don't buy that. Yes, I buy the fact that the immigration might say, hey, we need some additional evidence or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I buy that because it does happen. And sometimes it just might be, you filed a case and you missed something that we need. Now it looks suspicious or you look like, oh, you didn't do the right job. However, they used a lawyer, I think.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like, okay, let me take it back. If they used a lawyer, if the lawyer didn't put the case together properly, then I would want my money back. Maybe there is something in his background, but I doubt it. It's the second green card. For the first green card, they do a big ass background check. Like if there is something wrong with you or with your past, that's when they're gonna find out. The second green card is basically about you proving that you
are still
together. If you did some shit, you ended up in jail, you had some running with the law, yes, you have to disclose it and they'll need to look at it, right? But I don't think that's what happened.
Yeah.
So all they have to do is to show they're a real couple. They're on TV, they have a kid, they own cars and houses together. There is no question. All I'm thinking is that could be questionable is because he didn't work for a while.
Yeah. But still, you don't have to.
You don't have to, no.
No, it'd be worse if he did work when he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, but he took care of the kids, so...
Right. Call 1-800-IMMIGRATION and check in. Like, be proactive. Why don't you call 1-800-IMMIGRATION? What are you doing?
I really can't think of any reason why they would want to deny him. Unless he did something shady during those 2 years that we don't know about.
I don't think he did. It would legitimately have to be Charlie getting drunk and high on coke and calling 1-800-IMMIGRATION and lying about Andrei and be like, oh yeah, here's what he's stealing money from our family business.
I mean, okay, if let's say Charlie did do it or one of them sent a letter to the immigration saying, hey guys, like watch out for this guy, he's not legit. Yes, they might question it. Do I think any of them did it? No. Absolutely not. Just let's think about it for a second. It's your sister who you're also talking about, and they have a kid. It's not just like, oh, Andrei came here for 2 weeks and he's using your sister. You're trying to save her. No, you've been together for a while. They have a child. Come on.
I agree. Well, let's see.
Let's see.
I think now is a good place to take a break.
All right.
Take a quick break. When we come back, we'll pick up with Kim and Usman.
Kim and Usi.
All right. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa.
How's it going?
I can't complain. How are you?
Are you ready to talk about Kim and Usi?
You love talking about Usi.
Let's talk about Kim and Usi. Well, it's going to get a little sad.
It starts without Usi, and it's 6 weeks since Kim has come back from Nigeria. And there's this really sad music playing. And I'm like, I get it. You miss Soulja Boy, but this is a little too dramatic. Just FaceTime him. Get over it. That wasn't it. That wasn't the sad part. It wasn't the, oh, I'm away from my love. We learn, which we had known.
Yeah.
Right. We knew this, but this is where it happens in the storyline. We learn Kim's mom passed away.
Yes. 3 weeks after she came back from Nigeria, she got sick and passed away, which it's very sad, but I'm glad that didn't happen when she was in Nigeria.
100%.
She managed to be there for her mom.
Yes. And it's reminiscent to Angela's story a little bit, where Angela was in Nigeria and then she came home and her mom passed. But yeah, it would have been a lot worse if Kim had just touched down and then she wasn't there. At least she got to spend a few weeks with her mom.
Very true.
It's sad, but it could have been worse. I think. Good news, silver lining is Jamal's now in town to visit and support
Yes.
his mom.
And okay, first I thought that Jamal was not really into being part of this 90-day thing.
Yeah.
But then you go to his Instagram and he says 90-day happily ever after season 7.
Well, he's getting nothing but love, and rightfully so. He's done nothing to elicit any hatred. Everyone thinks he's a great looking guy and a sweet guy and a good son.
And he is. He's there for his mom.
Yeah. And so I think maybe in the beginning he was like, I don't know about this. This could change things. I don't like being on camera.
Yeah.
And then he found out it was nothing but positivity coming his way, and he said, bring it on.
Let's just keep it that way because imagine 2 seasons later, Jamal met someone on
Single
his trip
life.
to Nigeria.
Or I was going to say, get him on the single life.
life.
I think a lot of people would like him on the single life.
Oh, a lot of ladies would love him.
But we do. We see him go to Nigeria next week.
Yeah.
Or who knows if it's going to happen next week. But
let's finish this sad segment. They're basically walking around San Diego, reminiscing about mom, how she was a big part of their lives, and it's sad, but life happens.
There was a little comic relief at least because Kim was like, oh, I'm feeling so lost. I don't know what to do. I've just always been a caretaker. I took care of you, then I took care of mom. And Jamal's like, well, Usman's the same age as me. You can take care of him. I was like, at least you guys can laugh about it. No.
All right, let's put this sad segment
to bed
behind us. To bed. We feel bad for Kim, but we said it when it happened.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So then we see Kim walking around San Diego again, but she's trying to do working out without working out. But she's doing the movements, but she needed some
All
weights.
right, calm down, Arnold. Jeez,
She needed to just get a couple of pounders.
I liked this segment and this filming technique because it was very different. She's doing this walk and talk, but she's breaking the fourth wall because no one's there with her. Jamal's not there. Usman's not there. So instead of just her walking or giving a confessional seated, she's almost like giving this confessional as she walks and she's talking to the camera. And I thought it was a really interesting filming technique. It felt fresh. And it just, for some reason, I was like, oh, wow, this just added something.
All I'm saying is like she should have grabbed like a 1 or 2
We get
pounders.
it. You think she was being lazy.
No, I actually think that she's like, okay, it's time for me to step up my game. I have a younger fiance. I want to go to the gym. I want to stop smoking. I want to get healthier. I'm here for it. Just do it.
Well, I think it's also when you lose someone, when your mom passes or someone close to you passes, you realize, oh, I should take care of myself so I can live my best life for as long as possible.
Yeah, whatever you do, just don't turn into Angela, who also tried to get healthier.
Yeah.
She did not, besides the weight. So Kim, stop smoking for real, right? Drink some water, work out. I'm all for it. We're supporting you.
Yes.
We'll see your journey.
Yes, we're here for it. So then we see Kim FaceTiming Usman. And the nice thing is it seems like, and Jamal co-signs this, Usi was there for her.
Yeah.
Like when times got tough, when she lost her mom, when she was going through that, he was there and he was supportive.
Yeah, and that's why Jamal is saying, I'm not sold on Usman or any of this, but I have to say, he's been there for my mom. And here's also a thing. Kim is saying, I'm so thankful for you being here for me in these bad times. And Usi's like, well, I'm also thankful you've always been there for me.
Yeah, he's like, it's my duty. It's my duty.
Damn.
You've been there for me. I'm there for you. Yeah, it seemed real. Like I felt love there in that moment.
Yeah, well, let's wait. Let's wait for this bomb to be dropped.
So I don't know if we can laugh about this. It's so different. It's so different for our culture that I found it comical.
Yes.
And I know that Usman and Kim will say, oh, this is customary in Nigeria. I was so shocked by this.
Yeah, so he's thinking of adopting a kid.
Let's just back up a second. So things are still good between them, but we learned last episode, okay, obviously we can't have polygamy. There can't be multiple wives in America. And so that whole second wife idea for a child is out the window. So what do we do now? Well, Usman has a plan.
Yeah, so to keep the family blood going, in the
Yes.
family. He's thinking of adopting a kid, but not just any kid. He's thinking of adopting his nephew Mahadi because his brother said, hey, I mean, if you want to adopt one of my kids, like go for it. Mahadi is not the best. It's not the pick of the litter. So you might as well get him to keep the blood going.
But that's what I'm wondering. He obviously didn't say that. But what was the thought process? Is Muhammad on board with this? Was it Muhammad's idea? Was he like, okay, I have so many children, I could spare you one? Can he not afford his family? Is he not present enough to take care? Is he a single dad? And why was this an option for Usman?
Well, I think they were talking. This is how I picture it. And Usman was explaining the situation, but that his brother actually knows. He's like, listen, Mahadi, that was an accident. He's 3 years old now. You might as well get him.
It was an accidental birth?
Yeah,
Pregnancy?
maybe something. How would you pick? Let's say
That's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure they have multiple kids, right? How would you decide on which one you're gonna give away?
I don't. That's why I'm scratching my head and can't understand this. And then it's not even like, okay, well, he'll just come live with us. We'll raise him. Usman's like, no, we're gonna take him to America. It's like you're kidnapping. You're not kidnapping, but you're adopting, and then bringing him to another continent.
Yeah. Guys, I'm obviously joking about this because I absolutely have no idea how it happened. But I'm like, just think about it, right? If we, let's say, talk to your sister, be like, hey, Rachel, thinking of having kids, but I mean, it's not going to work out for us. How about we have one of yours? Which one can we get? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
This is ridiculous.
And here's the reason that I don't call BS, but I question it even more, is your grandkids, the net number of your grandkids, Mom, are still the same. So you're not bringing any more children into the family. You're just moving them around.
Well, I think for her,
my point is, Usman's mom will not have any more grandkids. It's the same number of grandkids.
I don't think that's what she wants necessarily. I think she just wants each of her kids to raise other kids to keep the families going.
Why does bloodline matter? It should just be like, it's the same number of kids. It doesn't make sense to me. I get wanting to grow the family and wanting to have more children so there's more support and more money and more security. You're having the same net number of kids if you just move from one family to another.
Well, yes. I don't know.
Right?
Maybe she just wants him to be a dad. Maybe it's so important to be a dad.
He's going to be a dad to Jamal.
Yeah, sure.
You know? Jamal's at least adding another kid into the family. That's someone we didn't have before. Now we have another person in the family.
Yeah, Jamal, who's 2 years old, younger than him.
But taking Muhammad's kid, I don't understand.
Well, me neither, but...
Someone explain, because I do believe this is... I don't think Usman made this up.
No.
We've never heard of it before. I don't think Usman made this up. I believe this is probably something that's customary. But I just am interested in the logic of course, if something happens here in the States, if you have a brother and they have a son and the brother gets into a car accident and he passes, God forbid, or something happens and he loses his job or he's a drug addict and you can't take care of his kid, a lot of siblings will adopt the other sibling's child. But that's when push comes to shove and things are tough and they need to be. So that's where I'm asking, what is going on with Muhammad that he is willing to give up this child? I wonder.
Maybe they have another one on the way. And so he's like, you know what? We'll get a new baby. You might as well get Mahadi. I don't know.
So many questions.
I feel bad for Mahadi.
I know, just getting passed around.
Yeah, like a hot potato.
Just getting passed around. I don't know.
Again, I was joking, but how do you pick the child to give away? How? Or because it's not even like, all right, I'll give Mahadi away. He's gonna live 2 blocks down. I can see him all the time.
Saying. Right.
No, you're gonna give Mahadi away, so he's gonna move to America. Unless maybe Mahadi is like this golden child that they think he has a better future in the US.
That's interesting.
Maybe he's super smart, super up there for the age of 3. Mm-hmm. And they just think he might as well go to the US and explore.
Yeah. We don't know.
I'm just guessing.
Let us know. Either way, Kim is not in love with the idea of raising Muhammad's son.
Yes, but Kim first is like, wait, what? What did you say? that he's the son of your brother.
Oh, she was as confused as us.
What?
Yeah, she was as confused as us. Then, yeah.
Yeah. So then Usman, Kim is like, who's gonna raise Mahadi? Me?
Right.
And Usi's like, yeah, you and I would raise Mahadi.
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, if Muhammad's willing to do all this, or not Muhammad, if Usman's willing to do all this, it shows how much he loves Kim.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
He has all the outs in the world to break up with Kim if he didn't like her. Oh, we can't have a kid. My brother won't even allow us to have his kid. And so I guess we have to go our separate ways because my family just doesn't accept this. No, Usman's doing everything he can, including getting his brother involved, to try to keep this relationship together.
No,
So
that's true.
It speaks volumes. I think there's love there.
There is some love for sure, but Kim needs to think about it. She's like, I've raised a child. He's a good dude now. I don't know if I want to do this again.
Right. So speaking of that child, cut to Kim and Jamal. They're at a restaurant, East African restaurant, eating, and Kim brings up her talk with Usman.
And Jamal is like, what?
He almost choked on his food. Jamal almost choked on his food. But this is where Kim's like, oh, it's totally normal in Usman's culture. It's all about the bloodline. And Jamal's like, well, now things are getting out of hand. First there's the second wife idea. Now we're talking about adopting Muhammad's kid. It's just too much.
Yes. And Kim kind of brings up that, you know what, after her mom passed away, with all this, I need to go back to Nigeria to see Usman, but I want you to go with me because I want you to meet before we marry. And Jamal's like, so if I don't like him, you're not gonna marry him? No.
Yeah.
She just wants them to meet and she gets it. They're not gonna be besties, probably. Although they may, because they're more or less the same age. They're not gonna be besties. She does not want Usman to be with his dad.
Right.
But she wants them to meet in person so Jamal can see what she sees in him.
And so they're gonna. I mean, this segment ended with like, all right, we should look at plane tickets.
Yeah.
But then we see next time on or coming soon, Jamal in Nigeria.
2 trips to Nigeria in 1 season. What?
I know. Because I feel like we're only halfway there with this season.
True. I mean, it's episode 14.
This will go till 22.
You think so?
With tell-alls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So another 6 or so, 5, 6.
But
tell-alls.
Jamal's game, he's like, sure. I mean,
yeah, let's go.
Let's do this. Let's meet this superstar.
What does Jamal do for work? I need to look into it because he's been in San Diego. He was living in New York. Now he's in San Diego for weeks.
Well,
and now he's going to Nigeria.
Also, everyone can do remote work now. So
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. We can look him up.
Well, speaking of Nigeria, let's move on.
All right. So Michael probably learned how to swim a little bit because he's about to show it off.
You don't want to intro me?
Oh
boy.
All right, guys.
We're even in a soundproof room, so I could give it.
Let's talk about our next couple. Speaking of Nigeria, as John said, Angela and
Michael.
All right,
I'm a little self-conscious with that one with my
we're in the
parents
pool.
upstairs. Even Angela's bathing suit is red, white, and blue.
It says USAP or something like that.
It says USPA
on
the back, which I'm pretty sure is the United States Powerlifting Association. Which makes a lot of sense.
She goes like, she probably was trying to find American bathing suit and this is all they had.
It might be like the Ralph Lauren Polo Association. I think it's U.S. Powerlifting Association.
Well, she is showing off her new bot. Michael is showing off his new skills. He looks like, oh my God, did you see him jump into the pool?
The whole thing was hilarious.
He was like a freaking potato.
The whole thing was hilarious. But here's what I'll say. This is the first time in what feels like years that we've seen them have fun together.
Wait for it.
I know, but I'm glad I have to wait for it. Usually it's like I don't have to wait for it. Usually their segment comes on and they're screaming and pushing each other. They're actually goofing around, splashing in the pool, having fun.
Yeah.
Angela's doing handstands.
Yeah.
They're kissing.
She's cheering Michael because he's trying to do a lap.
The whole thing was very sweet, very wholesome until Angela went up to the side of the pool and was like, oh yeah, used to put my coochie against these pool jets. Oh, yeah.
Thanks. 2MI, Angela, 2MI.
I was like, yep. Oh, there she is. Classic Angela.
But she feels sexy in the bathing suit and she thinks that Michael finally sees her new bod, like sees it
Yeah.
and likes it.
Yeah.
And Michael's like, I realized that this whole Billy is probably my fault. I don't want to lose my woman. So tonight I'm going to try to step up my romance game.
So, yeah, he wants to find out what's going on with Angela and Billy. And so he's going to romance Angela and talk to her. And so he has a poolside setup, champagne, roses, a bracelet with a heart on it.
Beautiful.
He pulled out all the stops. And Angela goes and sits on Michael's lap and is like, oh, my daddy.
That's what I was. Oh, my God.
I know. Teresa was just talking about this.
I think the word daddy and teddy and all kinds of like kid related words have been so sexualized that if we have a kid, they're gonna call you a father.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with daddy. It's all how you say it.
It's like daddy.
Intention is everything.
Yeah, I mean,
don't
if
think it's
someone
sexual.
says teddy, I picture a sexy long lingerie. Say it.
No.
Laundry.
No.
Lingerie.
No, if you're gonna fight this battle, you need to fight it yourself. I don't think there's anything wrong with kids saying teddy bear and
No. Yeah, you have to say the full thing, teddy bear.
Oh.
If you just say teddy, I picture something I bought for Hanukkah for you.
well, that's you, Teresa. I don't think there's anything wrong. But here's what was wrong. I was wrong because I thought I want to see some love between Angela and Michael. I thought this is what we need. No, this grosses me out even more than seeing all the fighting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Michael realized, all right, well, she seems happy. Champagne, bracelet. Let me ask her what I want to ask her. And Michael's like, well, I mean, I'm glad you're happy, but I don't want you to go to Canada.
Right.
Oh, boy.
I don't want you to go to Canada. And it would make me happy if you just stayed put. Angela doesn't totally understand this request. And she compares Billy to her mom by saying, oh, well, I wasn't there for my mom when she was sick and needed me. Billy is sick. He needs me. I don't want to mess this up.
Okay. I get the fact that they're friends, right? I think he's been there for her too when Michael was running all over Nigeria trying to make money on Instagram and Angela told him not to.
Yes, I got the BJ.
And so, yeah, I get the friendship, sure. But I don't get why she would fly there. And what I don't get even more, why would Billy want her in his house? Like,
Very true.
Have you watched the show?
He seems like a classy guy. He's got his life together.
Like, she's going to smoke cigarettes around you.
If you're on dialysis, yeah, you don't need someone smoking 19 packs of
You
cigarettes.
don't need anything, literally. Like, you just
Stress,
need... Yeah.
Cigarettes.
Why would you want Angela to come to Canada and cook for you?
Do we know
Have
that
you
he-
seen her making smoothies?
True. Hope you like jelly.
No, oh my gosh, no. Like, I get it. Call him once a day, check in on him, be a friend. Absolutely. Like, yes, he needs a friend. Don't go there. Don't allow her to go there, Billy.
Yeah. Wasn't she... She was like a health care nurse.
Yeah, I
like
think
a
she
hospice
worked
nurse
for-
or an
yeah,
elder
yeah,
care.
yeah. I think so.
There's still that side of her probably where she goes, all right, I want to take care of people.
True. Yes. Well,
But not when it's going to risk your marriage.
here's the biggest issue. She said she had a crush on him. That's
Yes.
the problem.
Yes. And so Angela goes, all right, Michael, I'm going to rip this Band-Aid right off. We're going to call Billy right now. And she's like, I'll just prove that Billy is a friend and Michael will feel better.
All right, well, let's call Billy. He picks up. He's like, hi, Angel.
Hey, Angel.
I'm swell.
Hey, what?
He said, I'm swell. She
He
asked-
did?
Yeah,
Oh.
pretty sure.
Okay, so here's the thing. She didn't put Michael on camera first. And I wonder if Billy knew he was there. Because it's sort of like am I on speakerphone? Like, you got to let the person know that you're not alone. I
Well,
feel like.
Michael jumped right in it.
Yes.
And he's like,
I saw you duetting my wife.
and did you know that my wife has a crush on you?
Yeah. And so he asks, Billy, do you have a crush on Angela?
Well, he was like, Billy, sorry to ask you, man, but do you have a crush on my wife?
And I was I was wondering how Billy was going to respond to this because it's such a fine line. You don't want to be like, oh, no, because that's someone's wife. But you
Yes.
also don't want to be like, oh, yeah, she's the best.
Yes, but they let it go into commercial. Thank you. And when we came back, Billy politely says that Angela's great. She's been there for him, but no, he has no crush on her. And she's like, Angela, you have crush on me?
What?
Didn't he was like, Angela, you have crush on me?
Oh, I guess, yeah, he didn't know about it.
No, like he was like, oh, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, no, he didn't know about it. But Michael doesn't care either way because of how handsome Billy is. That's what upsets Michael. And the fact that he's calling her Angel.
Yes. No one calls my wife an angel.
But then Billy explains his situation. 5 days a week, 7 hours a night. I'm stuck on a dialysis machine. I'm calling her Angel not because I have a crush. I'm calling her Angel because maybe she is an angel. She came into my life. She's showing compassion. She's there to support me. Like, that's where Angel comes from. It's not a pet name. It's not a nickname, a lovey-dovey name.
No, but Michael doesn't have it. He still asks Angela not to go to Canada.
Well, because she goes, I'll never leave your side, Billy. Like your husband said, I'll never leave your side, Billy. And Michael's like, how can you say you'll never leave his side? You threaten to divorce me every week. Right? And that's when it gets contentious because Angela's basically blaming Michael for why she and Billy have such a relationship. Well, he was there for me during the tough times, meaning he was there when you were being shitty to me.
Yeah.
And so she's blaming Michael for why they're so close. This is when Michael has enough. And finally, he's the one who leaves.
Yes, he storms off. We don't see that often. It's usually Angela who does that.
Michael should have been like, I'm done. But he did not.
He did not, but this is where it ends.
Yes. So let's see. We still need her to go to Canada. I would be interested.
You think she's going to go to Canada?
I'd be interested. If Kim can go to Nigeria twice in one season, I think Angela could make it to Canada. We'll see, though.
We'll see.
All right. Do we have one or two more?
One more.
All right.
We have Yara and Jovi, right? That's it.
Yes.
That's it. All right. Yara and Jovi, based on the music, you can hear that we are in Germany.
Garmisch, Germany.
Yes.
Which is a beautiful ski town.
Yes.
In
Small
Germany.
ski town. You see the mountains. Gorgeous.
This is where Yara's friend Karina was able to escape to.
Yes.
After leaving Ukraine.
So they got there and Yara wants to see Karina right away.
This whole meeting was a little strange to me. It seemed unnatural. It's like they get to the hotel, Jovi and Mila go to the room, and then Yara just sits in the lobby and like out of nowhere, Karina comes.
Well, she was waiting for her.
Who, Karina?
No, Yara.
That's what I'm saying, but I guess Karina stays at that hotel? Or
I don't think so.
the whole thing was strange. I was like, well, why can't everyone say hi to Karina? It just seemed like, okay, you go. And then Karina walked right in.
Well, I think it was like Yara wanted to see her friend and then they have a baby. It wouldn't be as personal if Mila was there and Jovi was there and Mom was there and T.
I guess.
So she's like, hey, Jovi, can you get Mila? I just want to meet Karina right away.
But then in the hotel lobby, I guess was weird. Like if Karina wasn't staying in the hotel.
She
then,
came in. You saw her.
Was then like meet at a coffee shop. Or I guess that's okay. The whole thing seemed weird to me.
No, it did not at all.
right. Well,
Like, there's nothing wrong with Yara saying, hey, just get to the hotel or on the way. She'll be like, hey, we'll be in the hotel in half an hour. Do you want to come and meet me?
All right, call in. Anyone else find the timing and a little strange?
I didn't think it was strange at all.
All right. Anyways, we meet Karina. We learn what she's been through. This is where we learn 2 days after she left Ukraine, her home was hit by a missile. Her building was hit. But she's very positive. She's being very positive.
Yeah.
Life goes on.
I mean, you have to be. I feel like in this situation like this, you just need to, I don't want to say embrace it, but just try to keep living your life. Like, you know that you won't go back home for, if any, for years.
Yeah.
Like, even if the war ended tomorrow, which would be amazing, it's going to take them years to rebuild the country. I mean, no one knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, she was being positive. It was good to see.
Yeah.
All right, next day, here's my question. Why is Jovi holding an umbrella while it's snowing out?
A lot of Czech people do that too.
Enjoy the snow. You're in a beautiful ski town.
Because I don't think it was that hot. And sometimes when it snows, that cold. When it snows and it's warmer outside, it's like rain.
I know. I'm from Connecticut. I've been a part of many wet snows, and you still stick your tongue out and catch it on your tongue.
Absolutely. Maybe they didn't have hats.
I think what it is, although Yara, no, they did. Well, Mila had a hat. I was going to say Joey's from the swamp. Maybe he's not used to snow. But Yara should be like, oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
She didn't have it open, but she was holding an umbrella. So at least she didn't have it open.
Yeah. I mean, if you're just going somewhere, sit down, meet your friend, you don't want your hair to get all wet.
Oh, that's what it is. It's the fashion. Speaking of fashion, did you see Mother Olga's sweatshirt?
Oh my gosh, y'all.
I thought it said Yale, and I think
Me too.
I think that's what it was a nod to, because they've taken that Yale logo, that Yale sweatshirt, and spun it every which way.
To y'all.
Kale is the famous one that they do, and now it's Y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Terry's here.
Terry, Southern Terry.
Oh, here's Terry. Terry. Do you want me to get you a Y'all sweatshirt for Christmas?
Absolutely not.
I can see you with the Y'all.
How y'all doing? Can you all? Oh
boy, Terry's losing it.
Terry's losing it.
Takes a lot out of her. Come back, Teresa.
I'm back. But yeah, Terry takes a lot out of me, y'all.
Y'all. All right, so they're all at a restaurant. They're meeting for breakfast, and here's where I'm saying, of course you're gonna get breakfast beers when you're in Germany. Jovi orders breakfast beers. He gets judged so hard, but then Yara's like, "We need something too. Aperol spritzes for the table."
Well, to be honest, if you go out, Czech Europeans don't go out to breakfast often unless you're on vacation.
This is probably brunch.
Yeah, but we don't do brunch.
This was probably an early lunch.
Yes, I think we can have a beer with lunch. There are like some fancy restaurants in Prague probably do brunches because it's so cool and American.
Well, they're in Germany.
Yeah, same. But in general, maybe in a big city in Germany, I would understand. But in general, Europeans don't brunch, but we can have a beer with lunch.
This is a popular ski town. I'm sure there's many places open for tourists to eat at any time of the day and have a delicious German beer.
But that's why I think it was like a real breakfast, because that's what we don't do. Europeans don't drink with breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Beer and Palatchinky is not.
Like if it was the lunchtime, no one's going to judge you. Everyone drinks during lunch.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just the storylines. Jovi parties too hard.
Yeah. Well, but I don't think the reaction of that waitress was made up. She's like, beer for breakfast? Okay.
Well, he had a good argument. He's like, you don't get this quality of beer in the States.
Very true.
So I agree. Take every opportunity you can and have some delicious European beer.
Very true.
So while they're at breakfast, Yara is, of course, speaking Ukrainian to Karina. And she's saying, Jovi's got to go to work soon. Maybe I'll just stay in Europe.
Well, first of all, Karina is apparently the only friend of Yara who speaks English. That's why Jovi likes her. And they met before in Ukraine. And so she's the friend that he was able to have a conversation with before.
Yeah.
So why don't you speak in English and Yara can translate to mom?
Yeah. And that's the issue. Jovi's like, English, please. Which, of course, there's one person at the table who can speak English. Everyone else can.
Yeah.
You should speak the more common language.
Yes. I have to say this. I think what Yara's trying to do is not bad. Like, she basically says, hey, we get home, you have to go to work. I'll be alone for a month. Why don't I stay here? But I feel like that's something they should have planned prior, because now Jovi feels that she's being influenced. Like, that wasn't her plan. And now she's being influenced by her mom. And he doesn't know if she will come back after he's back from work.
And that's a great point, is they went there with a plan.
Yeah.
We're going to come home. And now that Yara's changing it, why would Jovi think, she'll be back when I come back? If we went to Europe and I told you, I have to go away for a week when we come home, and you told me while we were there, hey, I'm going to stay. I know we didn't talk about this, but you're going to be gone for a week when we get back, so I'm just going to stay here. I would be like, are you really going to come back? Like, this seems like something's up.
Well, you know I would come back, but
I do know that, but I would also be like, well, you knew I was going to be gone for a week before we came. Why didn't you just buy the ticket to come home a week after? Like,
True.
Why didn't we plan this before? I would be a little suspicious.
yeah, but you wouldn't really, because you know that would be my decision. Not that my mom is trying to convince me to move back to Czech, to buy an apartment in case you leave me. Like, her mom, I hate to say it, but her mom is being an asshole.
Yeah, she needs to keep her nose out of the business.
I get it.
If mom wants to come to America and
yeah,
visit.
or if mom said, oh my gosh, I miss you so much, it would be great if you guys lived closer or if you could stay longer, but entirely up to you. Do you have your family, right? But mom is literally like, Yara, you cannot count on man. You better buy this apartment. We can live together, the three of us, me, you, and Mila. It's
yeah,
like,
she's.
What are you saying?
Everyone's calling Jovi selfish. Mom is being selfish. I think mom. There's no reason mom couldn't get a tourist visa and come and stay with Yara at the apartment.
Well, to be honest, it's not that easy to get tourist visa for Ukrainians.
You think right now? Well, maybe
right now
even
they can get refugee.
Right, I was gonna say it could probably even be harder to get a tourist. Because like, well, you're just coming to stay.
Yeah,
get a
no,
different
but
visa.
it's always been harder because they were not in NATO and EU.
Yeah.
But I don't think mom wants to. I think mom likes her life in Prague and she enjoys it. It's European. She probably has a job and an apartment there, right? She does not want to move to the US, but she wants Yara to stay.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole thing is shitty. I get Yara wanting to stay, of course. Why would you want to be home alone?
Yeah.
But it needs to be communicated. There needs to be better communication. Otherwise, it does seem sneaky.
Yeah, a little sneaky.
All right. Anything else to say about Yara and Jovi?
This is it. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Do you think she'll stay?
No.
I think she'll go back.
I think she'll go back. Yeah. I mean, Jovi's not wrong, I guess, in the sense where he's like, I know the war is not here yet, or hopefully never. The war is not here, but who's to say it's not going to progress?
Well,
I don't think Yara was taking it that seriously because she's like, well, Talmadge is here. Talmadge can protect us. It's like, no, are you taking it seriously? That's what worries me.
she is, but okay. If the war got outside of Ukraine and Russia,
you're not safe
we
anywhere.
are involved.
Yeah,
like the
US
US is involved. The Europe, oh my gosh, like that would be the third world war. Let's just all be honest.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's never gonna happen. Knock it. But that wouldn't help. Like, yes, maybe in the US you'd be a little farther. Doesn't mean you wouldn't get affected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not
think
there.
about it. Let's just say, all right, best of luck to Jovi and Yara figuring their issues out. We'll keep an eye on them.
We'll keep an eye on them.
We'll see what happens next week. No Bilal and Shida this week. Thank goodness. We needed that. That's what I'm thankful for.
Yes,
this
for
Thanksgiving.
Sure.
No Bilal and Shida this week. So that means that's it for the episode.
That's it.
Follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Check out the memes. Message us. Teresa is back in the saddle. She's responding. She's ready to go. So at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. A lot of holiday specials. The Thanksgiving specials up there for all tiers. We have a Halloween special up there. We have a Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah extravaganza planned. So get on there. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. There's also the Single Life and a whole bunch of other things. I want to say over 150 pieces of content, at least for the highest tier. So check it out. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. Also, please, if you haven't left a review, please do. It means the world to us, and that's what we could use this holiday season as a review. And a huge thank you to Kitty K for that review.
Yes.
One of the most beautiful reviews we've ever received.
Yes, so smash it like it's as hot as the review. I'm helping you out.
Oh, thank you, Kitty K. Yes, smash it like it's as hot as Kitty K's review.
Thank you, Kitty K. What a review.
Whew, what a review. All right. I think I've said it all. If you
said it all.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.